So now we have discussed about for loop earlier. So for loop we have three sections: init section, condition, and the change or the increment. But while loop is different. So in while loop we only have condition to check, and all other initialization and increment we have to do by ourselves. So the while loop will look like this. So we have init section, and then we come to the condition. Okay, if it is true, we go to the body of the while loop and come here. And if it is false, we just go to the end of the while loop. Okay, so we will see now how to use this in the program. Okay, now we will see how to write a while loop. So while loop will look like this. So you can have a condition here, and it will be checked in each iteration. So we will see. So we will have an we'll have a variable I equals say 0, and this loop will continue until while I is less than 5. So while I is less than 5 is true, this will continue. So we will print I. Okay. Finally, we will print a new line here. Okay. So now, so we have an initialization and we have a condition, but we don't have increment. So we will see what happens. Actually, we don't want to run this and see. So you can see this condition is always true because I will be always 0. So but we will just compile this. So we have while loop, so gcc while loop -4 while, and you can see it runs and always it's 0. So I have to press Ctrl C to stop the loop. Okay, so what you have to do is each iteration we have to update the iterative variable. Otherwise, this loop will be infinite because the condition is always true. So now we will go to the, sorry, we didn't compile. So now you can see it prints 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it doesn't print 5 because when I is 5, this condition is false, so it will come here and print a new line. So you can see when I start with 0, print 0, increase I by 1, so then it will come here, and after the first iteration it will go to the condition again. I is 1, 1 is less than 5, increase 2, 3, 4. When in I is 5, this condition falls and it will come here. Okay, so this is how you create a while loop. Okay, so we will discuss two statements used in loops. We can use in any loop, for loop or while loop. One is called break statement. The other one is called continue statement. So these two may be important when you are writing an algorithm. Okay. So if you find, so when we have initialization and if the condition is true, we will go inside the loop and execute all the statements. And if you find a break statement somewhere, what will happen is it will directly stop the loop and go to the end of the loop and continue after that. So execute instruction which comes after that. So if you want to stop a loop manually, say in a different condition, so the loop will stop if this condition is false. But if you want to stop it manually other than this condition, you can use a break statement to manually stop the loop. And then you have continue statements. So if you find a continue statement, you will go directly to the condition again or the beginning of the loop. So it will not go or continue the statements comes after the continuous statement. So if you find a continuous statement somewhere, it will stop there, the loop, but the loop will continue but from the beginning. So it will start from the beginning. So it will go to the beginning. So if you find a break statement, what will happen is the loop will stop. Okay. So from here, you will not have any condition and it will not repeat as well. So it will not go here as well. So it will directly go to the end of the loop and then after this condition. And if you have a continuous statement somewhere, it will stop here, the loop body, and again go to the start of the loop. So we will see how this can be used or this can be demonstrated in our using C program. Okay, now we will demonstrate these continue and break operation. So for that I will use while loop and I will make this condition always true. So usually in some other language you have so in if it is true, so this value should be 1. If it is false, the value is 0. So if I make here 1, this means it's always true. So this loop will run many times. So I will have a variable sum, okay, and number, and I will first print f, and I will say enter a number. Okay, so you will enter a number and you want to save it. So scanf %d and the address of num. And then so I will say enter a positive number. Okay, so if the number is negative, what we want to do? So we want to again ask to input a number. So if num is less than or equal to 0, it's not positive now. What we want to do is we want to go here. Okay, that means we can use continue statement. So if we use continue, so this will be stopped here and again come into this place, and then I will print, if not a negative number, I will print that number. And say if you enter, say, so you want to do this 10 times. So I want to have a variable count, start with 0, initialization. Okay, and now if count is greater than 10 or equal to 10, what you do is you break. Say 5 to make it easy to demonstrate. So then I will put something here. Next iteration or something like that to demonstrate that after break it will leave this, it will not, so if you come into break it will not print this statement because it should come to the end of the loop. So now we will see, so when we enter a number, it get the number and check whether it is a negative number. If it is a negative number, non-positive number, it will continue. That means it will come here again and ask to enter a number. Enter number. If it is a negative, it's again come here. If it is not a negative number, it will, if it is a positive number, it will print the number. And so you want to increase the count by 1, otherwise this will not break at any time. So it will check the count is greater than, should be less than 5. If it is less than, sorry, should be greater than 5. If it is greater than 5 only, it will break. Otherwise, it will increase the count by 1 and print next iteration and so on until 5 times. So we will see. So compile and run, enter a positive number, 34, prints the number. So it has print this number and it has increased the count, we don't know, you can print if you want, and it has print this next iteration. And now we'll enter negative number. So you can see, even though you put a negative number, it doesn't exceed. So we have now input 3 positive numbers, 4 positive numbers, 5 positive numbers. Now the count is 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you enter another, say negative number, it will work, but if you use a positive number, it exceeds the program. So now that means, so now the count is you can see has become 5 and so it will break. When you break it, it will not print the next iteration and it will directly come to the end of the loop.